Going on, guilty guys and gals? Welcome back to Redemption. Apparently. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't seen the last episode, you should go watch it really quickly. Kaede is dead. But Mukuro's getting screen time, so I guess you win some and you lose some, you know? Oh my god. Well, damn, I didn't do this one. No. Get out of the way. I heard a body discovery now. Oh. Announcement. Announcement. Kaede? Man, if only he'd been as helpful in this one as he'd been in the other one, I'd buy this a little bit more. But I honestly do think that if Kaede had died before Miu had, that Miu would actually be kind of sad about it, because, you know, she's all bark and no bite, right? That's her whole character mode of personality. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but, you know. Looks like Starseeker finally reached orbit. I guess he never saw Kaido's execution. I was going to say, Kokichi, you know. Hey, he was our friend! Our friend? As if I'd be friends with any of you people. Kokichi, someone just died. Yeah, I know. Kokichi, you can't be so insensitive. He wanted to help us escape. Well, he didn't do a very good job now, did he? He wasn't going along with my plans anymore. Silence, fiend. We've had enough of your insufferable misbehavior. Is he really? No. He was just a kid. I mean, he's like, I guess technically these guys are older than the V3 cast, right? Because the V3 cast had their memories erased, but it was like a week, whereas these guys had like years taken off their memories. Ibuki and Gundam are the oldest people here, and that is a weird thing to say. Damn it! This ain't fair! Mondo, calm down. I get this gravelly voice back now, because Kaido's gone. No! One of you idiots did this to him, and if it's the last thing I do, I'll figure out who it was. He didn't deserve this. Mondo! Hi, I'm so glad you're back. I need a minute. Mondo walked out of the library, and Kyondo followed, his hair slowly fading to black. The whole screen fades to black, and it's like, oh, okay. How did he... He seems to have been stabbed. Yeah, Why are you saying that? Oh, because it looks like Sayaka. Rentaro, what do you think? I mean, his band is off, so... Rentaro? Oh, come on, Rentaro. You knew the guy just as long as you knew the guy less than any of us. Huh? Yeah, sorry. Rentaro's eyes began to water, and he looked away from the scene, clearing his throat uneasily. He was crying. I will say, the person did do a decent job with these sprite edits of people crying, because Rentaro doesn't have crying sprites, neither does Miu, neither does Ibuki. I looked around before taking his hand in mine. He glanced over, and I gave him a reassuring smile. Hey, if you need a break, that's okay. I know it's hard for you, especially in a room like this. No, I'm fine. Hey, your health is important. I don't want you to stay here any longer if it's making you uncomfortable. Yeah, nobody's being made uncomfortable by the dead body except Rentaro. You sure it'll be fine if I take a second? I promise. Now go get some fresh air, okay? Be safe. Yeah, he just winds up dead. Oh, what?
Alright. Thank you, Kaede.
As Rentaro walked off to stand outside with Mondo and Taka, I turned back to Kaido's corpse.
Investigate.
So, where do we start?
Well, let's read the Monokuma file. That should give us some more information about what happened.
The victim is Kaido Momoda, the ultimate astronaut. Body was discovered in the library on the island. The estimated time of death is 1 a.m. The body was discovered at 7:25 a.m. Oh, okay. The victim died due to blood loss. There were also a few small cuts on the body. Small cuts, eh? I'm sure that won't be important.
Even though I didn't want to, I knew I had to take a closer look at Kaido's body. Oh, Kaido.
You know, I was going to say, I don't know if I said this last time. I can't remember if I did or not. But, Kaido being sick means he might actually... Okay, it's completely not, like, within his character to do so. Because, literally, in Chapter 2 of V3, Ryoma's like... Or Chapter 1, rather, of V3. Ryoma's like, well, if someone needs to die, then you might as well take my life, because my life's not worth anything. And then one of you can get out for free. And Kaido's like, no, you can't do that. The value of life is too strong. So if he did that in this game, that's a little bit out of character. But I could see him doing that, or at least someone, like, coming to that conclusion because he was ill, that, like, oh, he should probably die. Maybe it's Gundam. Although, losing basically the entire Danganronpa 2 cast that was in this game, which was only 3 characters in the first 2 trials, seems a little odd.
Swallowing hard and blinking away my tears, I examined the body.
Does that work? Can you blink away your tears? I guess that's what you do, right? Whatever.
There's a large wound in his stomach from the knife, and a few smaller cuts, just like the Monokuma file said. And a small trail of blood coming from his mouth. That's from the knife as well, correct? Internal bleeding. That would make the most sense.
That means he didn't die instantly.
Well, the knife itself is also a clue, right?
Hey, wait, is this the kitchen knife that was missing before?
Yeah, totally. But where did it come from?
I believe I saw a set of them in the kitchen. Perhaps that could be the source.
Maybe. We'll have to check that out after we're done in here.
Knife. That's strange.
What is?
It's just, his body's pretty far from the entrance. Can't even see it from the door.
Yeah, that is interesting. Let's make a note of it.
I'm jamming to the music.
Well, I'm no expert, but looks like there aren't signs of a struggle. What makes you say that? A bunch of books are knocked over from the shelves, trailing to just above the table where Kaido is.
So there was signs of a struggle. I read that wrong. My bad. But that's not actually going to be a struggle, I don't think. Because I'm pretty sure Kaido, you know. Who here do you think could actually overpower Kaido? The astronaut trainee who does like 100 push-ups every night, apparently, if V3 is to be. I mean, he's not like super good at it, but he still does exercise at night. Mondo could definitely win over Kaido in a fight. I'd argue maybe Gundam. Like, despite all of his, like, showboating, where you're like, oh, it's all fake. He did beat Nekomaru, so, you know, maybe Gundam. Mukuro. Mukuro could also do it, but she's cleared on this one, so.
There's a bigger book separated from the rest. It's under the balcony thing. Do you think it's important? I'll take a look at that. Perhaps it's a clue. Nope, I'm not giving it to you.
Alright, large book. Cool.
Hey, Sayaka, you were one of the people who found the body first, right? Could you tell me about that? Well, when I woke up, I saw my bracelet had fallen off, and I knew that meant someone had... Well, I ran into the hall, and I saw Anji and Taka. Since we couldn't get into anyone's rooms, we decided to look around. Eventually, we went to the library.
You could have just woken everybody up.
We opened the door with a loud thud, and saw all the fallen books. When we ran to the back, we saw... I see. Thank you, Sayaka. Of course. If it means we can help Kaido, then anything.
Part of me thinks it might be her. But that just might be because I don't trust her at all. Look at that face. You telling me I can trust that face? No.
After we'd finished checking the library, a few of us headed to the kitchen to look for the source of the murder weapon. Sure enough, when we got there, one of the knives was missing from the rack on the wall.
I noticed that earlier. Big brain.
The knife is odd. It came from the kitchen and made its way all the way to the library?
I mean, if someone was planning to murder, it's not that odd.
So that's why I was missing.
Huh? What do you mean, Mew?
Well, while Chihiro and I were working last night, I got hungry, so I took a break to get a snack. When I was there, the knife was gone. I didn't think much of it at the time. But apparently someone took it as a fucking murder weapon.
What time was this?
I don't keep track, but, pretty late. Sometime around midnight.
That's an hour before Kaido died.
Mew's account.
Kaede, I believe I found something. What is it, Mukuro? Well, I'm not sure exactly, but it's a scrap of paper. I found it on the floor. Maybe our killer left it behind?
What's on it?
Ah, Kaede, I found something!
Cool. Everybody's finding things but me.
What is it, Mew?
Everybody's reporting to me. It's funny.
Some kind of bottle? I got no clue, but it's in the trash.
Kokichi steps in. Of course the first place you checked was the trash. Oh. Typical. Yeah, I called it. Digging through the trash like the skank you are. Oh, how do you like them apples?
Kokichi, now is not the time. Yeah, I kind of agree. Come on.
What? Just because Kaito's dead, I can't make jokes?
Someone died. You can't just do that, especially when we're trying to find clues to bring justice to our friend.
Our friend? Don't be so naive, Chihiro. Yeah, Kaito was totally evil. None of you are ever my friend, and I know it will stay that way. It's enough, Kokichi. I'm here too now. The Kokichi police has arrived.
Rentaro, you're back.
That's right. I bet you forgot I was still in this game because I wasn't talking to you and I'm ready to help.
Well, that's cool, but we're kind of finished here. I smiled at him before remembering the two people that haven't been around much.
What?
Hey, do you know where Taco and Mondo went?
Taco and Mondo, yes. They said they were going to sit in the nurse's office for a bit.
I think we should check on them. They might be able to help us.
Sounds like a plan.
Rentaro and I went to the nurse's office. There were shelves stocked with everything from blood packets to bottles of chemicals to bandages. Taka was sitting with Mondo on one of the beds. Hey guys! Haven't been in here yet.
Kaede! Hello!
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I just murdered a guy.
I know you two were just getting to know him better.
Yeah, sorry. He was a kid and I understood how he felt. I just thought maybe I'd keep him from going down the same path I did.
Oh, well, that's nice of you, Mondo. He didn't go down the same path as you, though, thankfully. Instead, somebody killed him.
Well, maybe you guys can help us. Like at all? Do you think you can recall anything you might have done with Kaido before all this happened?
After the incident with Mukuro, we all took a break to cool off. He went with Taka, Chihiro, and I to the gym. We talked about it and stuff, then we went to bed.
I see. Then what about the night before?
He said he wanted to hang out with Taka and I after the incident. He really helped us patch things up. Then he just said he was gonna get a drink to take to bed, and we split off.
Something about that seems odd.
What?
Why would Kaido need to drink water? I haven't drank any water since we got here.
There you mortals are. We couldn't find anything else in our investigation.
So we came to see about you!
Great. Then we're ready to keep looking.
Actually, I think it's about time for the trial. So are Mondo and I.
Everyone was in the room now, and even though we were in a dire situation, I somehow felt confident.
I'm not in the room.
Alright, well, we might still have some time. Let's get going. Told ya!
I can feel it coming in my bones. Sorry, ladies and germs. It's just about that time when we head to the trial grounds. Please report to the back to Hope's Peak.
Right, I forgot. I mean, they all are in Hope's Peak, but I forgot they could not be in there.
For the trial of Kaido Momoda, the ultimate astronaut.
What? But we've hardly got anything to help us. Certainly not as much as last time. Well, I guess we'll just have to use what we have.
We still haven't looked at what's on the scrap of paper.
We made our way to the elevator, and as we stood there, I yawned, and then I couldn't help but stare down in shame. I promised no one else would die, that I could protect everyone, but it seems I can't keep promises like that. I swear by Kaido's name, I'm going to bring his killer to justice.
Okay.
And make sure that we make it to see the stars shine another day.
Sure. Whoa!
Ahem. Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial.
No thanks. I think we all know.
Who done it?
Oh look, it's Korekio. Why does he just have 3 lines across his face? Is that what it looks like in V3? Why would they, like, alter it? I thought he had, like, something more wild going on there. For sure. Maybe not, though. Yeah, what's going on with Kaido's, too? Kaido's... No, anyway. Anyway.
You're all here to figure out who offed the poor luminary of the stars.
You know how it is.
So be wise, doofuses, because if you guess wrong, everyone but our sneaky astronaut hater goes to the chopping block.
Well, where should we start?
Good question. Where do we start?
Why is we capitalized?
I think we should start about the knife that Kaede got stabbed with.
Well, it looks like someone must have had a knife on them, but from where? Oh, I wonder. And who took it?
Sayaka should know where the knife came from. I mean, come on, it's her exact plan. It came from the large book. Oh, that's the moon on Kaido's death portrait. Yeah, and Mahiru's is just like, I guess it's supposed to look like they're wounds? I don't know.
Would anyone here really have a knife on them?
What the heck? Not to be unorderly, but both Chihiro and Miu invent. Would they be the most likely to have sharp objects on hand?
I don't know about that.
Hey! What's that supposed to mean?
I'm looking at you directly.
People of their expertise don't carry such large tools.
She's not wrong.
Then how about you?
Me? Why would I have a knife? I don't know. Now that Mondo mentions it, Mukuro, you're the ultimate soldier. Why wouldn't you have a knife on you? We are past this. I couldn't have killed Kato.
Do you have any evidence? Anything to support your claim?
I carry a combat knife, much different than your standard kitchen knife.
Shoot it. Oh.
I feel like I missed something. I should listen in again and see what's wrong.
Shoot the much different than a kitchen knife with the knife that's from the kitchen.
The kitchen knife from the kitchen?
Oh no.
Hi.
And of course, Mukuro knows all about inventors.
People of their expertise don't carry such large tools.
Maybe she knows all about knives. We'll say that that's why she said that. Wait a second. Hold on there. Does the sprite always look like this? No. Okay, so you can see the seam of where the Mukuro sprite. What the hell is happening? You guys are talking in the Discord. I gotta move my phone then. You can see where the sprite like melds into a different one. Who is that? Komaru? I'm really not sure. Who would just wear like a plain white shirt with a skirt? I don't know. I'm guessing it's Komaru. That's the only one I can think of. But I guess it could also be just another fan-made sprite. Who knows? Ba-ba-da. We are past this. It's funny. How are they past that? They haven't talked about Mukuro being in Kaede's room anyway. Shoot it! Kaede, do it!
I agree with that.
Whoa, Happy Mukuro looks weird.
The knife lodged in Kaito's stomach wasn't Mukuro's.
That doesn't mean she couldn't have done it.
Like she said, if she owns a combat knife, the knife in Kaito was a standard one from the kitchen. That doesn't make her any less guilty.
They're not wrong, Kaede. Please help her.
Just because you didn't use her knife doesn't mean she couldn't have used the one from the kitchen.
Mukuro could have simply taken the knife from its hiding place, then used it to commit the crime.
I see. Then maybe she did do it after all.
Okay.
No, there's definitely something wrong with that. She couldn't have taken the knife because
She was never in the kitchen. She already had a knife. She would have been followed of her forbidden action. Oh yeah, somebody would have had to have seen her do it.
I get it.
You could just say she was in your room last night, Kaede.
her forbidden action. Everyone's asleep, and there's no way she could have left to go kill Kaido in the library alone. Plus, Mukuro and I stayed the night together. She even set a trap that would go off when the door was opened. So there's no way she could have done it. There's too many variables that just don't add up.
I see.
He's looking at her.
It's okay. I don't blame you. Well then, what about Miu and Chihiro? What takes the blame off them?
Whoa, whoa, whoa! I didn't do shit to Kaido.
Miu did appear shocked when she saw his body. I have not known anyone my entire life that could fake emotions. Definitely not my twin sister or anything.
It could have been an act. What's stopping her from nabbing the knife and taking care of business?
We already cleared them.
If you're not going to be any help, then back off, Kokichi.
I feel like those ones are out of order too. I'm helping, silly.
Oh yeah? Like how?
Couldn't stand him, but regardless, I did help with finding the real answer to Mukuro not being our culprit, didn't I?
You didn't help at all, asshole.
By steering you in the wrong direction, you attacked me and made your way to the right answer. That's a win in my book.
You're so infuriating, Kokichi-oma. We lost a friend, and you're being rude and insufferable. Atua will be very displeased.
Good.
Enough, you two. We have a case to solve. We can't spend time bickering. What if he pulls the time limit trick again?
Kaido's right. We should talk about something that might actually help us find Kaido's killer.
Well, what about the knife?
We just talked about that, stupid!
Didn't we already cover that?
We covered its origin and so cleared a suspect, but... what if there wasn't a culprit to begin with?
What do you mean?
I mean, what if Kaido, committed suicide?
That would explain the knife.
In his stomach? I don't think so. Although maybe, if he thought he was a samurai or something.
And the mess. Mayhaps he fabricated his struggle.
Would Kaido really fabricate something like that? Wouldn't that mean he wanted us all to die?
Kaido was a good guy. He wouldn't set up an elaborate plan like this.
Yes, he's never done that before. What if that was his intention all along? Get close to us, then send us wailing down a path of confusion and dismay.
How poetic. Now speak normally, asshole. Asshole!
Fine. Only for you idiots. Moi. Kaito planned this himself. He tried to frame Mukuro and failed, so he did this to set us up for failure.
No way! Kaido'd never do that!
How do you know? Do you really think someone could be as compassionate as he was without some other motive?
Mew, I think Kokichi's right. Not for the reasons he said it, but...
What?
She whoosh, smacks him. She's got her hand raised and everything.
Hell no! He'd never do that to us!
But, Mondo, perhaps it's time for a scrum debate.
Damn it, Taka. You know what he was like.
That doesn't stop the possibility, Mondo.
I'm with Kokichi on this one. Kaido could have been playing us from the start. Nothing was stopping him.
Oh my, well looky here. Seems we have a split opinion in our jury. You know what that means.
Jury? I guess we're kind of like a jury, maybe?
The second Hope's Peak Redemption Scrum Debate.
Did Kaito commit suicide?
Kaito did commit suicide.
Kaido was murdered.
Kaito's on this side, so clearly we know what the right answer is. Kaito's whole innocent act was bull, so he could pull all this off. Who's it gonna be?
Mondo!
Kaido was a good person. You want to put on an act to hurt others? Are you sure? He could have tricked you like the rest of us.
Me! I'll handle it!
What does she say when she does her own thing? I think it's like, I've got this, or I'll handle it, one of those things.
I've got this! We absolutely have no evidence that Kaito's kindness was a trick.
But Kaito was disappearing mysteriously a lot. He could have been plotting this.
Ibuki! Kaito was getting a drink, and each time he was true to his word. At least one person saw him in the kitchen with a drink.
Well, what if he had committed suicide? With how much he was in and out of the kitchen, he could have very easily taken the knife.
Mew!
No way. You have no proof he took the knife. And if he did, the killer could have turned the tables on him.
What about the motive? I wouldn't put it past Kaido to sacrifice himself.
Gundam!
Sorry, I forgot your name.
But Monokuma said a murder had to occur to stop the motive. A suicide could be classified differently. Do you really think Kaito would have taken that risk? Well, what about where his body was? No way anyone could have lifted a dead guy up there, right?
Sayaka! Someone very well could have lifted him. Not everyone here is physically weak like you. Then how about the blood coming from his mouth? It must have been from the stab wound. Chihiro! Actually, the blood could have been from the bottle of poison left behind.
Oh, okay. Thanks for just saying that. But if the real murder weapon was poison, would that not make suicide even more likely? Oh, so it really was a murder.
Yes, but some interesting points were brought up. What do you mean? Like Mew said, we don't know who actually took the knife yet.
Good point. Let's discuss that next.
Woohoo!
It had to be the culprit, right?
Duh! Who else would it be, dumbass?
What if Kaito took the knife for self-defense?
That would make sense. After all, the traitor had just been uncovered.
No way! There's nothing suspicious about Kaido.
Then I guess it had to be the culprit. There's something wrong here. I just have to prove it.
I don't know what truth bullet we're using, but I'm pretty sure it's the nothing suspicious about Kaido, because they're gonna reveal about like, oh, why is he going to get so much water? Right? Probably. Whoa, we're gonna use Mondo's account on Mondo. Whoa.
No, that's wrong.
Eat your own words, idiot. Actually, there is something that's been bothering me about Kaido.
Huh?
You said that 2 nights before the murder, Kaido went to the kitchen to get a drink to take to bed, right?
Yeah? What about it?
Well, I bumped into Kaido. He said he was going right to bed, and he didn't have a drink in his hands.
What? Even I forgot about that.
What? I don't remember that. That was that was the exact time.
I'm sorry, Mondo, but Kaido was lying.
He was going to meet with Kokichi, wasn't that?
Why the fuck would he do that? What an idiot.
I think because he wasn't going to bed, he was going to meet someone.
But who would he meet? Monokuma, the culprit, the mastermind, the traitor.
I can only think of one possible answer.
I get it.
Okay.
He was going to meet the culprit.
The culprit.
You said it yourself, Gundam. Kaido would be willing to sacrifice himself to stop the motive.
Actually, I think that was Rantaro.
But he needed someone else to do it to him. A culprit.
I don't remember if Gundam actually said that at any point, but Rantaro definitely did during the scrum debate, so I don't know. So, whoever he met that night is our killer.
But none of us have alibis. How the fuck are we supposed to know who he met?
Well, there is something that's been bothering me. A little bit of sneaky spy work I did.
What?
Chihiro, how did you know the bottle was poison? What? Earlier, you said the blood from Kaido's mouth was from poison, but there was no label on the bottle that we found. There was just a scrap of it that we couldn't read. How could you know? I just assumed because...
You killed him? You killed Kaido? Why would you do that?
No, Mondo, I promise I didn't. Then just explain how you knew, Chihiro. Otherwise, we have no choice but to assume... Well, it's obvious. Anyone could have, right? Chihiro, you're lying.
No way. No way in hell you're gonna accuse my best friend like that. Chihiro would never do anything like that to Kaido.
Mew, we need to face the truth and...
No way. I refuse to believe Chihiro's a killer.
Doesn't she have pretty decent points she could bring up if they were together working on this project? Dun, 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 dun.
There's no way Chihiro killed Kaido. It just doesn't make sense. He's a good guy. My invention buddy.
Oh, we got an advance in 3 quotes. Awesome.
Chihiro could have been as much a liar as everyone thought Kaido was. Do you have any other evidence proving Chihiro is innocent?
We were in the lab all night working on something. Chihiro and I were in the lab together all night.
Cut.
I'll cut your words.
Wow, rude, Kaede. Have a little tact.
You weren't together the entire time, though, Mew. You said so yourself. When you went to get a snack, you noticed the knife was gone. You had left Chihiro alone for a while.
But he went all the way to the damn island when the time it took me to get a snack.
I think we should turn to the boy in question. Do you have anything to say for yourself, Chihiro?
No one believes me. I'm so sorry. It's all my fault. It's true. I took the knife from the kitchen and stabbed him. I poisoned him too. I did it. Wait a second. Something doesn't add up. There was something in the scene that he could have seen the poison in.
Why would he just admit it? Whoa, we're just doing this? The large library book. What? You're saying he researched it?
The library book. You saw the poison in there, didn't you? If Chihiro didn't kill Kaido, then who else could have?
I feel like Chihiro got off a little easy on that one. I'm glad Chihiro isn't the killer, but still.
Kaido was working with the culprit, and the body discovery announcement clears Sayaka, Taka, and Angie. Kaido was poisoned, but the only time that could have happened was at... I think I've got it!
Who is it? Shakyu's.
I'm so sorry, but this is the only answer.
Wait, at breakfast?
No doubt about it.
I'm sorry, Chihiro, but the real culprit is Mukuro Ikusaba.
What?
Me?
Couldn't it be Angie?
Mukuro, I don't want to believe it, but you're our only choice right now, so please. Explain yourself.
Tell me what I'm explaining first. This one's gonna be interesting. How's this gonna work? Okay.
I couldn't have Kaede. You even said it yourself. I had an airtight alibi. I was with you all night. I couldn't have gone out because of my forbidden action. Kaido must have done this himself. Or Angie poisoned him. She made breakfast that morning too. Please, Kaede, you gotta believe me. I didn't do it. Swear on my sister's name.
Okay.
Kaede, you know me. Please.
Fix your mistake? What? What does this mean?
Mukuro Ikusaba, you killed Kaido Momoda to make up for your guilt and the mistakes of the past.
Well, do you have anything to say for yourself? I knew this the whole time.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, you killed Kaido. I'm gonna...
Mew, calm down. Mukuro, you really did this? I'm sorry, but it wasn't just me.
So you had an accomplice.
Don't think that was it.
He's right, partially. No one here actually helped me, but rather... Kaido helped me.
What?
Kaido proposed the idea earlier, and...
What?
Kaede was correct, so I believe I can explain the rest from here. The announcement cleared Angie. I'm the only other one who made breakfast. That's how you found me out, right? Chihiro was simply panicking. I don't blame him, so...
But sometimes that doesn't... You don't know if that works with the body discovery. You don't know that. Sometimes it doesn't.
So go on. Tell him what happened, Kaede.
Don't smile at me. You're losing any chance for character development.
It all started...
You know what? I'm just going to read this in my normal voice. When we received our motive, Monokuma gave us forbidden actions that prohibited us from doing certain things. He also imposed a 48-hour time limit, at the end of which we would all die. We don't know who exactly suggested it, but Kaido and the culprit decided to work together to stop this from happening. It's most likely the culprit chose Kaido due to his personality, and confided her status as a past traitor to him as an act of trust. And then Kaido told Kokichi. That's how he found out. I bet anything. After speaking with him, they devised a plan, and it went down like this. Kaido constantly excused himself to go get drinks, but in reality it was to give him an excuse to leave without raising suspicion. Kaido and the culprit made sure to put poison, taken from the nurse's office, in his breakfast the next morning. To assure he wasn't bothered, Kaido acted as though nothing was out of the ordinary and went on about his day. When nighttime finally arrived, the Blackened and I stayed the night together after their secret was revealed. They set up a trap to assure I trusted them and that they wouldn't kill, but what I didn't know was that their trap was a lie. The Blackened used their knife to cut the string attached to the trap and open the door. Okay. However, according to their forbidden action, they couldn't leave. That's where Kaido came in. But Kaido would have to walk her back, too. Kaido and the Blackened met up and went to the library. Kaido laid down on the table and gave the culprit the knife he'd taken from the kitchen. And then they stabbed Kaido. After that, the Blackened waited for the bracelet to fall off, officially signaling Kaido's death. Okay, I guess that makes sense. They made their way back to my room and tied another thread from their shirt to the trap, so I wouldn't notice it had been evaded. Kaede's just assuming this at this point. There's no evidence. They then fell back asleep, waiting for the announcement to go off. Finally, our Blackened continued with their nearly airtight alibi, committing the seemingly perfect crime. We saw the struggle and assumed Kaido had fought the killer, but that was a fake clue left by him and the culprit. There was also a book about poison left behind. Normally this would be a mistake, but our culprit's goal wasn't actually to escape. Isn't that right?
Mukuro Ikusaba, the ultimate soldier!
Why have you done this to me?
Wow. There's still one thing I don't understand. Why poison him if you could have just stabbed him in the library? It was Kaido's idea. For some reason, he feared he might die before we could meet. He didn't want to take any risks. I know I was going to tell you, but I guess a small part of me hoped that my sister would be here and that she'd save me. Some evidence that maybe she still cared. Your sister? My sister and I were the masterminds of our game. Junko Enoshima was the most magnificent person in my life. She caused the tragedy and all of your killing games.
The tragedy? What is that?
That's true, they don't even know.
An event so tragic, so despair-inducing, it sent the whole world into a despair-filled panic. In fact, the very world we're in right now is still the destroyed and tattered wasteland she left behind in shambles.
That's a lie.
Oh, really? Then why don't you ask Monokuma? I'm sure he'd be happy to fill you with despair.
Well, you've got me there. She's right. The person behind this took careful precautions to help you live and survive the tragedy. In fact, they managed to take you to a secluded island and recreate your games with a few bucks and some inside favors. But as far as we know, you're all in for a wild ride, because you could be the only people left on Earth by now.
Mukuro, why? I'm just gonna choose not to react to that information. This isn't like you. Why would you do this? I suppose I hope to bring satisfaction to my sister, wherever she is. You are sick! Okay, that's kind of rich coming from you, Angie, but still. Huh? You are a disgrace to Atua and all of his followers. I just saved your damn life, so you want to have a little bit... I'm only telling the truth, am I not? I shared so much with you, about Atua, about my home, about me. I hope Atua gives you what you deserve. Atua does not support the evil spirits tainting our world.
Okay.
Well then, guess that's enough of the small talk, yeah? Mukuro, what's wrong with you? You sound so calm, so different. I've come to terms. Why leave you alone sad if I can leave you in a way that'll stop you from missing me? Mukuro, leaving on a bad note will just make us feel worse. Mukuro, you were our friend, and you just gave your life for us. Why wouldn't we miss you? Because Junko was right about me. Maybe there was something more behind my death. Mukuro, stop saying these things about yourself. They aren't true. Then why would she do that? Mukuro, not everything your sister told you was true. Apparently I just know what it is. She's gone. She brainwashed you into thinking about these things, but they're not true. You're worth more than what others make you out to be, which is why the creator is killing you in Chapter 2, so you don't get any development. I guess there was a reason Kaido liked you so much, Kaede. Maybe he was onto something when he gave me those letters. Here, Kaede. These are for you, and everyone else from your game. Mukuro reached into her shirt pocket and pulled out a small stack of envelopes. She put them in my hands with a kind smile. Kaido wrote a note for each of you. Anji, Miyu, Rantaro, and you. Even one for Kokichi.
You motherfucker!
I beg your pardon. Jeez, you guys can't take a compliment, can you?
You heard me. Kaido's our friend, and you just agreed to help him die?
Actually, Miyu, we should probably talk about something.
Don't try to pin this all on me. It's nowhere near only my fault.
Weren't you the one who killed him?
Indeed I was, but Kaido played just as major a role here as well. I believe we combined our shared belief of being useless and used it to our advantage.
That's not true. Neither of you were useless to us. In fact, you were probably the only person here who could actually fight the mastermind.
Sure not. It's far too late now, and I think it's time to vote, is it not, Monokuma?
Oh, boo-hoo! You made everything so sad and heartfelt. Wah, yada yada. Get a new sob story, sister. I don't think that one's changed anyone's opinion. Anyways, ladies and germs, it's time to conclude the second redemption trial. Now place your votes carefully for you believe to be Kaito Momoto's killer.
Momoto, yep.
Guess right and you get to live another day. Guess wrong though and the killer gets off scot-free. Then between you and me, the killer's pretty obvious.
I can believe Mukuro would vote for herself in this situation if that's what her characterization will be.
Dun dun dun! on. And you guessed right yet again. Big round of applause to you bunch. Now, everyone, let's give it everything we've got, because I can picture this one already. I prepared a very special punishment for the ultimate soldier, Mukuro Ikusaba.
Good luck to you all, even our mastermind, who I believe to be.
Now, Mukuro, keep your lips sealed. I can't let you ruin our fun.
Well, still, best of luck. Goodbye, everyone, and thank you for letting me do something good.
It's time to give it everything we've got. It's punishment time.
They're gonna drag her away too. Okay, sure. She was smiling a second ago. What happened? A blue man group. There's no way that would happen. What? Mukuro, come on. This is pretty much your own fault at this point. You are undefeated. You fool. Okay, well. Rip. Whoa, what happened here? This is so smoothly animated.
I couldn't believe my eyes. Mukuro really had killed Kaido, and now she killed that random blue man. I don't understand. How could things have gone so wrong so quickly? The pacing is so crazy. If I weren't so stupid, if I had just figured it out before it happened, we would have all died. I could have stopped this. I could have saved them. I can't believe they're both gone. Both of my friends. Kaede, are you okay? I don't know what was happening. It felt like I was stuck in place. My knuckles turned pure white, and I grasped onto the trial stand, desperately trying to escape whatever warped reality this was. The world around me began to spin, and I felt sick as my tears began pouring out faster.
She's gonna pass out. Somebody get ready to catch her.
My breath escaped me. It felt as though I was out of touch with the world. As though that all-too familiar pressure returned around my neck, and...
Kaede, snap out of it!
Get away from me!
Okay.
Oh, great.
The letters I held fluttered to the floor, some hitting whoever had spoken to me. I faltered upon seeing Rantaro, breathing rapidly as I looked around at everyone. I need some time alone. I stumbled to the elevator and gave a final glance back before the door shut, enveloping me in a grim silence. I wanted to curl up into a ball and just disappear. I wasn't sure how long I'd been out, or when I had gotten to bed, but as I regained consciousness, I realized there was a noise knocking on my door. Hello?
Kaede, it's me, it's Shuichi. Kaede, it's me, Rantaro, your new boyfriend. Can I come in? Kaede, don't let him in, I'm your boyfriend.
What if he's mad at me about earlier? My theme is playing. Sure. Rantaro walked in with a few of the letters in his hands.
I'm playing mailboy. Sorry if I woke you up, but, well, I invited Miyu, Kokichi, and Anji to come to the gym, so we could read Kaido's letters.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'll...
You don't need to go for us, okay?
What do you mean?
I mean, you put so much on the line for the others, but when are you going to choose what's best for you? It's okay to be selfish sometimes, Kaede, and it's okay to put yourself first.
I know that.
Doesn't feel like it. I want you to be happy too. You deserve happiness.
Rantaro, I know I have to put myself first, trust me. But when everyone here turns to me as their leader, I need to determine when and where I settle my emotions. Because the greater good of the group as a whole is more important than me, than just one person. I know I need to take care of myself, and I do. But I also need to put forth sacrifices to escape this place with everyone.
Well, then when do you get to decide? When do you get to settle your emotions with these people around you?
Rantaro, I'm fine, okay? If I wasn't, I'd tell you.
Okay. Promise me.
Promise you what?
Promise me that if anything is wrong, ever, you'll come to me, you'll tell me, and you'll talk to me.
Rantaro's nature was surprising, but I trusted him. I trusted him with my life. I trusted Mukuro with my life too, and look how that turned out. So I smiled gently and held out my pinky to him. Let's pinky promise like kindergartners. My mom taught me the most genuine way to keep a promise is a pinky swear, so I promise.
That?
A pinky promise I'll talk to you or someone else if anything's ever wrong. Rantaro gave a content smile and looped his finger around mine, giving a firm shake.
Can I do something?
Depends on what you want to do, man. You're in my room and I am very, sure, what is? I froze, suddenly feeling my hand being moved. Looking down, Rantaro lowered our intertwined fingers and began holding my hand.
Kaede can see all of this from your drawer. Stop it. Is this okay with you?
It's like that meme. Isn't there someone you forgot to ask? And it's just Rantaro and Kaede, and then Shuichi in the drawer.
No, Kaede. What about me? I'm trying to save your damn life over here.
Yeah, of course.
You're sure?
Yes, I'm more than okay, Rantaro. It's nice.
Then, do you mind if we, maybe walk to the gym like this?
You know what? Sure. Let's go.
No, Kaede, you fool!
Rantaro and I slowly made our way to the gym, but when we entered, we only saw one person.
It's me! Oh.
Anji, waiting on the floor.
Really, Kokichi?
Anji, where are Mew and Kokichi?
Oh, Mew exploded!
I'm afraid they did not make it. When I passed by Mew's room, I heard her and Chihiro talking, so I left them alone. As for Kokichi, I believe he is just being himself.
Crying alone!
Well then, if we're going to read these letters, I'm glad it's with you two. As am I, Kaede. I am honored to be in your company.
You should join my new plan for student council too.
Then let's get reading, okay? Kaede would probably want us together to see these anyway. Slowly, we took our assigned envelopes and began reading.
All right.
There's my Kaido voice, yeah. Dear Kaede, thank you for always being there for me and everyone else. You're the best leader a guy could ask for. You're like my brand new Shuichi, a new sidekick in my life. But if you ever see Shuichi, don't tell him I said that. He's always my number one. Anyways, keep going, because that's what you're good at. You're always going against whatever's pushing you back. You come back stronger than ever, and I admire that.
Wow, Kaido's pretty bad with commas.
You were truly one of the best people to come out of this hellhole. Glad that I had the opportunity to get to know you again. Remember not to be too hard on yourself, to always be the best that you can.
Now I have to wait for the things to catch up. Also, like, Kaido interacted with her like 3 times. It would be nice if Kaido took her as his sidekick. Honestly, can you imagine an arc where Kaido's like, uh-oh, he sees Kaede's alive again, he's like, well, now I really gotta get out of here so that I can give Shuichi his love interest back. That would be fun. I don't know. Just something. I'm gonna go cry about Mukuro after this episode. God damn it. I was actually excited they were gonna do something with her, but of course that means she's gonna die.
Thanks for caring about me and supporting me, Kaido Momoda.
I smiled happily, and my tears fell onto the floor as I scanned the message again.
What would Kaido's message to Anji be?
Hey, Anji, don't create the student council again, okay? It was a bad idea the first time, and it got you killed, so please do not do that.
And his message to Rantaro's like,
hey man, I knew you for like 3 seconds. Can you like not date Kaede? Shuichi's gonna be real pissed.
Despite what he believed, Kaido truly was the strongest of us all. He was bold, courageous, and friendly. He was always here for everyone when they needed it. He and Mukuro's sacrifice won't be in vain. For them, I'll keep going. For them, I'll end this killing game.
it's gonna be Kokichi. Come on.
Huh? Oh my!
Don't get you into a bundle just because I'm here. It doesn't mean anything. But I guess I had some spare time. Might as well get some fun out of your sob session.
Really? You came here to watch us cry?
Yep, it's the best way to end my night. Now give me that letter. Anyways, where's mine? I want to see what kind of bull Kaito put in it for me. Here you go, Kokichi. I want to read the Kokichi letter. That would be interesting.
Anji handed Kokichi his letter. He kept it tilted up, but the one part I could make out was a name. It said Shuichi.
What was that?
So I'm late. You guys will never believe what just happened.
Typical from a skank like you. Always being late and disgusting as always, and breaking up my somber mood.
Ah, fuck off. We've got more important things in our hands. Me and Chihiro built a computer and I plugged a USB into it. So they just happened to talk.
Is someone hurt? I'll help them. I'll do something. Please, I need to prove myself.
What? No. What made you think that? I loaded up your boyfriend on a computer. It's awesome.
Well, you just sounded panicked.
Panicked? No, I'm fucking ecstatic. Something just happened to the thing I've been working on. Who knows how it got in there, but I found a USB in my room after Kurekyo died. But the Chihiro, we got some supplies from the storage room, did some coding, and we found some out.
What is it?
I think it's better if I just show you.
Everyone raced off to Miyu's room. We heard rapid typing, and as we came in, we saw Chihiro on a laptop. Right on time. I hid it away, just in case the mastermind tried anything. Chihiro walked back to Miyu's bathroom door and pushed it open. The sight before me made my jaw drop.
Holy.
What? Everybody, it's me, it's Shuichi.
It can't be.
Kaede, I hope you're not dating Rentaro, please.
What I was seeing was hard to believe, but somehow it filled me with reassurance and hope. Kibo!
Okay.
Hello, everyone. It's me, Kibo. Remember me from Game? Hello, Kaede. I missed you.
Wow. Wait, does Kibo get added to the students? Okay, that's kind of cool. I can't believe Miyu and Chihiro built a robot Kibo from spare parts, but the result is cool. All right. Okay, Kibo's back. That's kind of interesting. I kind of like Kibo returning. Although it's another V3 character, and this game is like all V3 characters. They are the ones who need the most redemption. So, let's be clear. I actually don't think this case was a bad idea. I just think it happened too early. With the way that, like, Kaido's talking about, like, yeah, you were like my sidekick, and everybody was like, oh, Kaido, our favorite guy, and he said, like, 3 lines. I think it just needed to happen later in the game. And then Mukuro could actually have, like, a growth arc about starting out being all in for herself, and then actually, she is kind of like Maki, have Kaido be the one to slowly, like, make her realize what she'd always known, which is that, like, what Junko's doing is wrong, and just because Junko's the only one who cares about her, apparently, doesn't mean that she should follow everything Junko does. And then the whole sacrifice thing would work out, and it would be kind of like instead of it being Kaido and Kokichi, now it's like almost like it's Kaido and Maki, you know what I mean? Which, man, Kaido, every time you die, you just make a really confusing and annoying case. Kaido, the original case with Kaido and Kokichi in Chapter 5 of V3, I have a problem with specifically because there is no reason for Shuichi to solve it. And I've talked about this before. Because if Monokuma doesn't know who the killer is, and the Exisal is there, why should Shuichi be the one to stop the killing, like, to keep the killing game going? Why would he want to do that? Just for the truth? Like, the theme of the game is truth versus lies, right? And basically the idea is sometimes a lie can become the truth. Is essentially what it is, right? Oh, they're fiction, but now we're, like, real people. And wouldn't it fit the theme better if the lie about Kokichi still being alive was able to become the truth and stop the killing game, like, in its tracks, and go into true answer mode, or whatever from Danganronpa 1? I think that would be better. And then, you know, Kaido... It didn't have to be Kaido who survived. Kokichi could have survived. I think it would have been better that way. With Kaido sacrificing himself. But, regardless, there's no reason for Shuichi to solve that case. And this one... It just, you know... The time limit cheapens it a bit. The fact that Mukuro and Kaido have had, like, no time to interact with Kaede cheapens it quite a lot. Like, I was actually kind of, like, excited to see where they would do with Mukuro, because Mukuro was suddenly getting screen time. It was like, oh, okay, so maybe Mukuro actually will be important. Nope. Bye, Mukuro. Yeah. I don't know. And then the case itself, I like the concept of someone essentially being dead 2 days before the body discovery. Like, Kaido ate that breakfast a while ago. I think, I can't remember if it was in the morning of this day or the previous one. Like, Kaido ate that breakfast and formulated this plan, like, when they got the motive. I think he actually did eat the breakfast this morning, right? Regardless, the fact that Kaido was essentially dead at that point and nobody knew it is kind of a cool idea. He was dead for that long. I just think it shouldn't have been Mukuro. If they're going to do it this early in the game, I think that fits for Kaido. And I think Kaido dying is a good idea because, again, where you go with him. But the killer shouldn't be Mukuro. It should be somebody that Kaido trusts. Like, I know Kaido's a trusting person, but the fact that Mukuro revealed that she was the traitor to him, I think should have maybe tipped him off that this wasn't a good idea. Because what would happen if they did the whole plan and then Mukuro just didn't take credit for it and they couldn't figure it out? Then what would they have done? Kaido would have just died of poisoning and nobody would be able to figure it out because Kaido was the only one who knew about what Mukuro was doing. It would have to be someone Kaido trusted completely, which is either like Kokichi or like Miyu, maybe. At this point, Miyu seems pretty redeemed already. Like, she's not, all in it for herself anymore, clearly. Maybe she's just doing that in order to get Kibo back, but still. Or Rantaro. Any of those would have worked. I think it should have been someone from V3, though, that Kaido already trusted or had a reason to trust. Or it could have even been Mondo or Taka. Or Chihiro. Honestly, any of those would have worked. Although I don't think Kaido would have chosen Chihiro, because Chihiro is trustworthy, but also, someone he'd probably want to save rather than, help them, quote-unquote, redeem themselves through this way. Honestly, if Korekio was still alive, this would be a perfect point for him to die. Actually, that would make so much sense. Oh, no, why did I say that? Okay, so, case one of Korekio. A girl dies and everybody blames Korekio, right? Mahiru or somebody else, hopefully, dies. Like Miyu, or I guess you need Mio to build Kibo. Ibuki. I think Ibuki's honestly fine if she died first. It would also be sad, but she doesn't actually need as much characterization as Mahiru does, I'd argue. Although, it's still pretty bad, regardless. A girl dies, everybody blames Kyo, and Kyo is trying to change, but is finding it hard or whatever. Sure, we'll go with that. And nobody trusts him ever, and they had him locked up and all of this stuff. Kaido seeing that Korekio is trying to change, I think would be a good enough reason for him to go and pursue Korekio for this plan. Plus, Korekio's got, like, a bunch of knowledge about killing. But also, Korekio might just not want to be here. You know what I mean? It would make sense to me that Korekio's motive to, kill 100 girls to be friends with his sister would have kind of gone away when he died the first time, Like, when he died the first time, he was sad about it, but he was kind of relieved that, like, okay, now I can go and be with my sister. As much as it's not a good thing, let's be clear, Korekio's, sister is not a good person. Still, I feel like who Korekio is, he'd be like, oh, now I get to go, get the praise for my good work all this time. And then he shows up here instead of being up there with his sister. And he's kind of just pissed off about it. He's like, oh, great. Now I'm stuck here again. And I can't even kill people because I'll just, and then maybe he's just kind of like a Ryoma type character. He's like, oh, I just want to die. And so Kaido offers him the chance. And I still think it's a strange thing for Kaido to do, because Kaido was always like, no, you're going to keep your life sacred. But I guess he also did it with Kokichi. But at that point, they were so desperate, I could kind of see it working. Because, like, Kaido was sick and Kokichi was dying of poison. And he was doing it to save Maki more than he was doing it to sacrifice someone, right? Kaido is very defined by his unwillingness to sacrifice people he thinks are good. Even when Gonta was clearly the killer, Kaito was like, it's not Gonta, I believe in him. So I just don't believe that, Kaito would be like, let's make a sacrifice play. With Mukuro, it kind of makes sense. Like, if it was Chihiro, I'd be like, whoa. With Mukuro, it kind of makes sense because he sees Mukuro as evil, maybe. And I guess you could say the same thing for Korekiyo. I don't know. Anyway, it turns out Korekiyo is just the perfect scapegoat in a game like this. You can have him kill anybody and nobody will bat an eye, except for when he was out of character in the first trial. So yeah, I don't know. Oh, right. That was the final thing I was going to say about Korekiyo if he was the killer of this case. Because then you get to sort of circle back and have it be tragic. Because somebody would know, okay? Somebody would have to figure it out. Maybe there's like a motive video for this chapter, right? Or the chapter before. And somebody figures out that like, oh, Korekiyo's sister is abusive or whatever. And he's trying to make it like that. He's trying to be better or whatever. At least that's what they want to believe. And then in this chapter, he's like, I just want to go back to my loving sister. And they're like, Korekiyo, you fool. You don't realize. And then it's sort of tragic. Even though he's not a good guy, you're still like, oh, man, he did all this. And now he's going to go to wherever with his sister. And it's not going to be good for him. And you still lose Kaito, who's the heart, which is why Kaito died in this chapter, to fit the themes. Anyway, I've talked plenty enough. I'm disappointed Mukuro's dead. Although I did say that they would definitely kill her off early because just have to do that. Poor Mukuro. Don't worry. Someone will help you. Okay. I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.